Well, hello, you bet we're live. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. I am Joy Ruffen, and my work is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. I work with women who are transitioning 45 to 55, before or behind, doesn't matter the age, who want to amp up their wow factor. But it's all about leadership. It's all about knowing who you are and standing in your power. Now, every Wednesday night, I bring to you a featured guest speaker. But my friends, welcome, welcome, welcome. Life happens. All kinds of things happen. And in that we're in leadership and we're talking about leadership, tonight I'm your featured guest speaker. And I'm going to be talking about something that's major if you're in leadership. So stay tuned and just get comfortable, whatever that is. Sit back, relax, grab whatever you need to sit back and just totally, as they say today, chill. Or maybe that's outdated. Can't keep up with all of this. It's too much newness going on. I enjoy so much spending time and space with you, not only when I'm alone, but more so when I have a featured guest speaker. But in that, things happen and people have issues that they have to deal with. You have to be ready and prepared. And that's what we always are here in Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. I can never say welcome and thank you for being here enough, whether you're here now or you come for the replay, because I know how active everyone is. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I think maybe I'm a miniature encyclopedia because there's always something to talk about. But tonight I thought I'd talk about ethics, defined in a single word. And a word that oftentimes today, and I'm not negative, not throwing shade or being judgmental or critical, honor. Always your word. And that's what we're going to talk about. Because if you're in leadership and you're showing up as your best self all the time, everywhere, even when it's casual, then that's important to you. And what I have been doing on my Joyful Mondays and my Biz to Biz with Joy, Leaders Leaving Legacies, you know by now that I love the word legacy, then I'm adding quotes in because as a young girl, I absolutely fell in love with quotes because I had all these learning disabilities. It was easier to get the short and boom, boom, boom. But once you have that first love and it's something innate and it resonates with you, you stay with it. And that's what's happened for me and quotes. So I'm going to start off tonight with quotes as well, because we're talking about ethics, we're talking about integrity, we're talking about character, principle, honor, all of those things that are very, very important if you're in leadership. And if you're here, you are in leadership. So let's start off with this one. And my friends, I have to share with you, most of you know by now, when it comes to certain names, I don't know what it is. And especially when it comes to quotes, even though many of them are here in the States and all over the world with names that you can understand, a lot of the names are, oh my goodness, I could never pronounce, even if someone gave me it phonetically. So what I'm going to do is spell it out for you. But here's one that's rather easy. And it starts off this way. I hope you're sitting back and you're comfortable because it's important. It's prime. It's major. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. Wow. Oh, my. Potter Stewart. That's an easy one. Potterstewart. Starting off with this, I hope you get the nuance of what that says. There's so much going on in our circles today, here in the States and all around the world, that has to resonate with you somewhere, somehow. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do, because there is a vast difference. The nuance of words absolutely blows me away, and I hope you feel the same, because words matter. But more importantly, when you take that word and extend it out and put it into action, it means an awful lot. And why did I bring in that word action? Because here's one. And by the way, this name is one that's very endearing to me because I attended junior high, wasn't school that was named after Jane Addams. Who remembers Jane Addams? I mean, way before my time, even, or way before. But yet, she's iconic, a legend, even though history has changed tremendously, and a lot of the people that my generation and yours, they began to disappear, but they don't ever really go away. Here's what she said: action indeed is a sole medium of expression for ethics. That's why I brought her in, because doesn't it connect and relate to what I said before? And I ought to have checked, but there's just so little time in the day, what period Jane Addams was in. But I think it was back in the early 1800s. Action indeed is a sole medium of expression for ethics. My friends, we're here in Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. This name just didn't pop up out of the blue. This name came to me in a dream one night, many, many years ago, when I was starting this out as a hobby and now turning it into a business. Because we, as women, females, ladies, hopefully, and I always use all three now, because so many people, for whatever their reasons are, I don't go there, not the psychologist, psychiatrist, but they don't particularly like the word or appreciate or value the word lady. So let us begin with this one. Let us begin with this one because it pertains to all of us if we are in leadership. And you wouldn't be here if you weren't in some fashion, manner, style, technique involved in leadership. And this is here's a name that I really cannot pronounce. I'm going to spell this out for you. Hamza Yusuf, Hamza. I attempted that and give everybody credit because I don't believe in taking credit. I'm going to talk a little bit about AI lately here, and it ties into what we're talking about. His last name is Yusuf, as in Frank. Here's what he's had to say. And this is there a word better than beyond powerful? Because this is beyond powerful. Don't ever diminish the power of words. Don't ever diminish the power of words. Words move hearts, and hearts move limbs. LIMBS. What can you say? It's true. And later I'm going to connect that with why I want to share with you a wee bit before I leave you tonight about AI, because I'm listening back and forth, running all my errands today, to which I do as often as I can, to the clubhouse. I'm not going to mention the room and who was speaking, but they were talking, which they seem to all be now, about AI. There's this fascination for it, and there are people who are frightened to the bejesus over it. I sit in the middle because technology is technology, and it's not stopping for mankind. It's moving straight on to go way beyond where no man has gone before. I like to say where no woman has gone before. That was from Star Trek, but listen, it still applies today because technology and AI are aligned. But if you're in sync with who you are, that's why I'm always harping on know thyself. I'm going to speak a wee bit more about that later. You ought not to have any fear. Erase it. It does not apply. It will not sync or mean anything to you. And you'll love this one because it is powerful along with the ones that I mentioned to you above, because they go hand in hand. Leadership asks for honor. Leadership asks for honor. Somebody once said it demands honor. You don't want anything to be demanded. Command, maybe there's a difference. The semantics of words blows me away. It asks for honor. And here's what he said, and I'll tell you who he is later. Honor may not win power, but it wins respect. And respect earns power. We are here in leadership, no matter what level you're at, what type of business it is. Leadership demands the highest of ethics. And that's why and I'm not going to be knocking it or talking about our political system, so many people are agitated now. I'm using a mild word. They're beyond that because so much the integrity and the ethics of what they ought to be doing has been led away. in the most negative way. This was said by Isha Musanari, Ishida, who can pronounce it? Mitsunari. Why is it that so many of our absolutely brilliant people who have these phenomenal quotes are from foreign lands, and their names are absolutely beyond impossible to pronounce? Or is that just me? I don't think so. But so many of them are from countries where they value being as succinct as they can and putting into that quote short, brief, powerful statements that will be hopefully embodied in us. So why do so many of them have these unusual names? Well, maybe because they have a deeper sense of profundity than we do as a baseline. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm always seeking. I was always, as that young girl, that why person. And my mother used to always say, Joy, enough, enough, enough. Boom, 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 away you go. Because it was always questioning, seeking. And when I'm 150, I hope I never, ever lose that, because that's important when you stay open to growing. And here's something that I'm going to end with before I take a quick little reset. This is really important. I want you to, and all of the things that I'm sharing with you, my friends, I'm sharing it with myself as well. And I'm wanting you to take it home. You know where home is? Talk about that too. As a baseline definition, to honor means to esteem and treat another with respect because of who they are and what they have done. Honor has a sense of value, price, and quality. That which is valued and esteemed is honored. Why do they use that so much in the military? It speaks to why right there. That is so prevalent in almost every branch. And I might be stepping over the military, whatever branch it might be, to honor, to obey, to command. Very, very powerful. And if we're in leadership, we have to be mindful of what that means. And going back to the beginning of what I started with, because ethics defined in a single word, you can say honor, you can say integrity, you can say respect, you can say character, principle. You can bring it all together under the heading of ethics, which they all go under that umbrella anyway. But to honor always your word is major. One of the things that I have found thus far in this short time that I've turned hobby to business is that so many people do a lot of this, and I can do it, boom, 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 boom. But where is the honor in your word and your promise that you make? There's a lot of shifty, shady, shoddy stuff going on. Not throwing shade, I'm throwing facts. You know it and I know it. So your assignment, you know how I love homework, and mine, is to be in alignment with those that you trust implicitly, that you know they're going to deliver whatever it is they promised you, whatever it is they said they were going to do with you, and with no excuses. So easy to make excuses. I could sit here and give you excuse after excuse after excuse of why it was difficult for me to get here, and the day that I had, and the things that I had to do, and the things that came in to set me back. Who doesn't have excuses? But who wants to hear them over and over and over? No one. We're all here on this journey to discover ourselves, to get to know who we are, and to be all that we're here to be. The best of the best. I don't know if that's from the Army or the Navy or the Air Force. It really doesn't matter. It's military. Because it's true. The best of the best. That's who they seek. That's who they want. And why wouldn't you want the same? No matter what your business is. Well, maybe there's some questions there, right? Let's never leave the humor aside. Let me take this quick little reset, a couple of things I want to share with you. And in this reset, the first thing I want to share with you is my Facebook group. My friends, if you are not a member here, you belong here. This is a group of phenomenal, fantastic women. And when you get to this group, take a screenshot, take a snapshot, Go here and join this group because you will be a terrific addition. And you know why? Because all of the women there make a list, get their names, get all their information, and over time, because I know how active everyone is, find a way to connect with them. I'm the connector. I believe you can't hold anybody hostage. We're all here to share with each other. And if you're fearless and courageous and proactive, you'll find a way to introduce yourself to as many of these women as you can, because most of them are leading ladies, and that's where you belong. But here's what I want to share with you too. I have aligned, as some of you know, with a phenomenal, fantastic lady who is all about human design. She is a specialist. And I want to tell you that human design, and I label it designing you because that's what it's all about. Leadership at its highest vibration seeks those in service to others, open to investing in themselves. And believe me, anyone and everyone can use human design. It is not a religion or a cult or a belief system. It doesn't put you in a box, a label, or judge you. If you really want to get to the core and the essence of you, this is my gift to you. It's a very thorough, involved beginner's guide to what human design offers you. A lot of people are out here proclaiming and promoting this, as they should be. But let me tell you what they're doing. This is what my discovery has been in my research. They're asking you to come and be a practitioner, to be a professor at it, to engage in and learn all about it. Well, most of us who are doing any type of business and in business, we don't have time to do that. Yet, if you get this booklet, which is yours, then what you're going to find out is all that you need to know about you. Because you don't want to be able to know and understand any and every and all that is involved with human design. It's very complex. But my friend has made it very simplistic, where you get the nuts and bolts of you and what you're about and why you're here. And that's all you need to know. You will accelerate if you have any question marks about you. And I'm really going to be focusing more on families, on children, because there is for the adult and there is for the children. And that's where you're going to go. So make sure you take a screenshot, snapshot, and you get there and you get to this booklet. And if not for you, my friends, I'm back with you now, is that you think about others, especially children. Our children are suffering. The highest suicide rate among young people than ever before. Remember how confused you were? I remember how confused and angry, absolutely ballistic I was as a young girl when my parents separated. I can just imagine what the kids have now, because we had a huge extended family. I'm not going there now, but make sure that you take that screenshot or snapshot when this is playing over again and go and get your free gift. It's a gift that you'll value as you move forward. We're talking about ethics defined in a single word, honor. And I'm talking about always honor your word. It's your GPS. That's what I want to leave you with. Not leave you, but I want you to take this in. Your heart and soul are connected when you observe your own inner guidance. That's your GPS, heart and soul connected. Your creativity, it contains your gift, your greatness, and your genius. AI can't take that from you. There's a lot that they can do. One of the analogies that I heard in the clubhouse, which is very powerful, you take a Steve Jobs, you take a Warren Buffett, you take some of the others. There's so many. Steven Spielberg, I think they mentioned. They can do a lot. They have the strike now in Hollywood for the writers and all the other people who are involved with, we all go and we sit there and we watch these movies and we see the actors on the screen and we get all excited. We fall in love. You know the work, you know the collaboration, you know the large number of people that were comprised and put together to deliver to us that brilliant movie, hopefully most times. We're seeing the end results. But all of these other people involved, so many of them now are frightened to death about losing their jobs because of AI. My friends, when I tell you over and over and over, and I keep repeating this, get to know thyself. This is one of the reasons I'm intuitive, empathic, and I'm listening to my inner voice now. That's why I went to this beautiful young lady for human design because I did a lot of vetting on all of the social media platforms. And after I read what she had sent out, delivered, and did my own, I knew that this was the one that I wanted to promote because of all the others, they're all good. Maybe some are great. I don't know. But I know here it's a beautifully orchestrated beginner's guide to about know thyself. Because when you know thyself and your GPS, heart, and soul are connected, and your creativity, your gift that was given to you, AI can't take that from you. You are the best version of you. You can't continue to copy and create and emulate and mirror other people. That's why we have to now begin the development of ourselves. That word power has a big connection with leadership. And the power that a lot of people are giving over to AI, don't be fearful. Don't worry. Just be about developing you, getting to that gift that was everyone comes. How many times have you heard me say royalty, majestic, regal, you, brilliant. Find it, let it awake, and then begin to study and explore and learn everything that's in that gift that was given to you so that you can impact other people. One does not pursue power. One pursues the knowing of thyself. And once you get that, you become power-filled. You're able to enable others to be powerful within themselves. That's what real leadership is about. It's really never about you, me, us. It is about us knowing all that we can about us to be all that we're here to be. Honor your word. Be true to those ethics that are instilled or ought to be within you. And if they're not in you, find a way to embrace and get them into you. Because when you know who you are, the fear, the insecurities, and all those other negative words, they began to disappear. You've heard me say, and I will continue to, that emotional healing, emotional intelligence, emotional security is where we have to go. And my friends, all of my female women, lady friends, we need it more than most. We just do. Some of us can't even admit that we have been so programmed and conditioned to thinking it's all about certain parts of us that matter. And that's why when women began to age and things began to shift and to change, they began to feel invaluable, or they get a big old bravo kind of, I don't give a hoot kind of attitude, which is just as bad. Find you. You are just what you are here to be once you begin to go in, listen to that inner voice, and tune in to what that gift is that was given to you. Whatever it is. You can be a writer, you can be an artist, you can be a comedian, you can be a speaker, you can be a combination of all, but your touch on it, your key, your design, it's you. That expression, what is it, be you? When it first came out, I said, who needs that? But now I get it. Especially now. My friends, as we progress and go each year ahead into 2027 and above, things are going to change. You can do whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of this universe. That's your decision to make and mine. But if you really want to be impactful and you want to share your love, let's never leave out truth, love, and beauty to what you're about and who you're here to be, then you really need to get in touch with the GPS within you. I would never say forget AI. You can't forget AI. It's here. It's here big time. But let's not forget to connect. This is what many of us have done, myself included up to an extent. Let's not forget, because AI can't get into your heart. It can't get into the soul of you. I heard someone say on in the clubhouse today, I never know which one, about it can't get into your mind. Oh, but it can. But your mind is not your ruler. Not when you're in sync with who you are. Not when your ethics are at the highest vibration and frequency that they can be. That's where your creativity, that's where your GPS, heart and soul connected, resides. Can't touch that. That's why they can mock and create and do a lot of things. And they will. You know the they people. But you just get to know who you are. Human design, what I scrolled across here earlier with my beautiful engineer, make sure you get a screenshot and a snapshot and go. And if you're not familiar, find out. And it's like any and everything else. Every cosmic alternative modality out here, I've done them all. And when I tell you that this is the best of the best of the best for me, I hope it will be for you, but that's going to be your discovery. I can only present to you. I can only share with you. Your discovery is what's important. And you can't do it half you know what. Go in, get it, explore it, and see if it's going to be something for you. If you really want to know more about you and how you can be the best of you, then you have to be able to learn more about you from another perspective. And then you might be asking, well, how do they know and what do they know? That's another saga. We're not going to go there. When I tell you that anyone and everyone has nothing to do with your religion or your belief and all that other stuff, that's for you to decipher. That's for you to determine. I've already determined for me. I'm in 100+%. Maybe not for you. Nothing is for everyone. But if it is, my friends, you're going to say blessings to Joy Ruffen as you move on, because it's one of the best gifts that anyone can give another. And I believe, and I bet you do, people, we all need to invest in ourselves. Can I tell you the investments that I've made in me that didn't pan out at all? And you could say it was a waste of money. No, it was not. I learned a little bit, a lot, and sometimes, teeny weeny bit. But it was worth the investment, because how else do you learn? You have to take the risk. You have to jump, leap, and sometimes maybe a little skip to get to where you need to be all that you're here to be. Always honor your word. If I can leave you with nothing else, I leave you with that. If you're in leadership, don't tap dance around making excuses, which so many people do. When I commit to someone, I usually work a month to 2 months ahead, and somebody commits to me and then they renege at the last, unless it's a death or something. It's hard for me to go forward with that person, but yet I'm forgiving because I don't take that on. I say they did the best they could. It wasn't good enough for me, but that's it. Because for me, to honor your word is everything. I attempt to do it. Sometimes I forget, and somebody says to me, well, Joy, you didn't. Right away, I will take care of it, because my integrity, as I hope yours is for you, is everything. Ethics, honor, character, principle. Can't get around it. You have to be true to you. So my friends, let me end with this, because I love this one. I want you to walk away with this. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. They're all brilliant, but that's the one that stuck in my craw, and I hope it sticks for you as well. Thank you for sharing time and space with me. I send you, as I do every week when I come to you with a featured guest speaker, much, much love. Always remember to take care of you first so you can take care of others. That's what we're all here to do, to share and to exchange. Bottom line is business, but to share and exchange. Much, much love, my friends. From my heart to yours. Embrace it. Have a great rest of the week. Cheers.